Okay, and we are back with part 3 of the Linux kernel video tutorial. In part 3, we're going to discuss how to update your grub so when you restart your computer, it can boot into the new kernel and you can take advantage of all those custom features that you added, such as BFS and BFQ. Okay, so there's a few ways to do this. The easiest way to do it would probably be to go to your software manager. And once your software manager comes up, just type in startup. Okay, right here, startup manager. Startup manager is a little GUI utility that configures some settings for grub, the upsplash and splash screens. It provides an easy to use interface. I suggest installing this. It automates the whole process for you and it's very, very easy to use. So install startup manager. What we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to open up Startup Manager. Startup Manager is going to run some pre-configuration tasks. Okay, once this open, it's going to show you your current default operating system. Okay, now the kernel, the kernel is really Linux. And so when it shows your default operating system, it shows the current kernel I'm using, so which is the 2.6.37 Hey It's Lou BFS BFQ, the one I put together on February 5th, which you can also see right here. That's what I showed you in part 1. Okay, now I've only got one kernel installed on this computer. Okay, but chances are that if you had just a standard Linux installation from a distribution of your choice, it's going to have a generic kernel listed. Now, oftentimes when you install a new kernel, especially if it's a newer version, and ours is the latest stable, the 2.6.37, it's going to automatically recognize that a new kernel has been installed and it's going to boot into the new kernel. However, there are a few occasions where it does not do that. So to make sure that you have the current kernel that you just put together, your new custom kernel, set up as your primary, you're going to come in here and you're going to specifically select the kernel that you want. You're not going to select recovery mode. You're going to select the option right above it. Okay, select your kernel and just hit close. Now it didn't do anything because it didn't change anything for me. It's the current kernel that I have set up as my primary one now. However, for you, when you change that, it's going to now, a dialog box will pop up and it will update your grub and do all the things that it needs to do to make sure that when you restart your computer, it's going to put you into your new custom kernel. So that's pretty much it. It's not a very hard process to put a kernel in place. There is a ton of advantages of doing it, customizing to your own specific hardware, taking advantage of performance patches, things like BFS and BFQ, and it really customizes not only the operating system but how your operating system relates to your specific hardware, and it will increase performance a ton. So hopefully these videos have been a help to you. If so, please do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming out in the future, Linux related, tech related, Android related, a lot more tutorials, a lot of reviews, and so by clicking like and subscribing, that helps me get noticed, and as long as people are watching my videos, I'll continue to make them. Again, hey, it's Lou, xdadevelopers.com. Hopefully this was a help, and we'll catch you guys later.